That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. We've got Jess Sanchez. We've got a lot of things going on. The world is, well, let's just put it this way. There are a lot of things that I say, you go, okay, I guess when you got, like, how can I say this? People have roosters as pets, right? But rarely do you hear about a rooster with a past that may have a problem with someone at some point. We got Jess Sanchez over there. Do you know what's going on, Jess?
No, I don't. Oh my God, is this rooster like an assassin or something? Does it have like a dark history, dark past?
Well, I hate to say that, but in a way, it's got cred. This is a picture of a rooster. I'm not sure it's the rooster. Here's the headline: Irish rooster with a violent past kills. Did you get that? With a violent past kills. And you're thinking, okay, you know that some roosters, like they train them in certain parts of, the U.S. and even like Mexico to like attack each other, right? And they bet on these things, right? But rarely do you hear about where they kill a man with the attack of the back of his leg. That's according to a court. It says a victim suffered from a puncture wound on his lower leg caused by a rooster relocated to his place of residence after attacking a child. So this rooster has had a bit of a problem, Jess.
Yeah, I can sound. Oh my God. All I have to say is the moment a chicken or a rooster looks at me funny, it's getting deep fried.
It says an Irish inquest found that a man who died in April 2022, okay, so this is a while back, was attacked by a rooster with a history of attacking people, according to records, or according to reports. The Irish Examiner in Cork, Ireland, reported that Jasper Krause was allegedly attacked by a Brahma chicken that was moved to his property in Ballina Slough after it attacked a child. So it already attacked a child. I guess it didn't kill the child, thank God. Then it got moved to Ireland. So I didn't even know they did this in Ireland, Jess, but that kind of makes sense according to some movies that have, that happen. You all right, Jess? What are you finding?
Okay, so I'm used to this traditional chicken rooster, okay? The stuff we see on TV
Yeah.
or whatever. Okay, this Brahma chicken thing, um, no, that's like bigger than a dog.
No, you're seeing like one of those fake things. Anyway, Garda Brown said during the judicial inquiry that he responded to reports of a sudden death on April 28th, 2022. And when he arrived, he spoke to paramedics who said CPR attempts to revive the victim were unsuccessful. Brown said the man, later identified as Kraus, was on the ground in the kitchen in a pool of blood with a wound on the back of one of his legs. Okay. So I see that. People are like, what just happened? Right? He's dead. Like, you think of all those, like, shows that have, like, a investigator, like, okay, what could be the cause of death? I don't know. I think it's chicken. Like, how Corey O'Keefe, who was a tenant at Krause's house, told his daughter, Virginia Geenan, what happened. When Krause's daughter arrived at this house, she saw blood on the floor before his CPR, according to a newspaper. Krause had a puncture wound on his left leg and trailed blood from the house to a chicken coop outside. That stupid chicken rat. The daughter said during the judicial inquiry that she realized the chicken must have caused her father's death. Wait a minute, I got questions now. Was it a chicken or was it someone putting it onto a chicken? Jess?
That is a good question. I also was not aware that chicken have little spurs on the back of their leg, like little claws.
That's
So
true, because they make them fight. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was not aware of that.
Yeah, it
But
says, yeah, and they put metal ones, and yeah, they do a lot of things for they make chickens weird. Anyway, it says so this is a judicial inquiry. That's what's kind of coming up. The daughter said, I have questions on this report. I'm like, I don't know. Said she suspected it was the chicken with blood on its claws because it had attacked her own daughter previously. Do you think she pinned it on the chicken, Jess?
she very well might have. That would be a crazy story. But have you Googled these Brahma chickens?
Again, just wait. So the reporter from the newspaper reported, just is like, please help. There's a problem with the Brahmin chickens. It says a reporter that O'Keefe was questioned about the incident and said he returned home from work at 8 a.m., fed the animals, asked Krause how he was doing before heading off to bed. A little while later, O'Keefe reporters Krause was screaming for help. Ah! When O'Keefe went to see what was going on, he said he saw blood spurting from a large wound on the back of Krause's calf, which also had two other scratches. He quickly called for emergency services, was talked through CPR for about 25 minutes, then paramedics arrived. Krause went in and out of consciousness. O'Keefe reportedly said he said the word rooster. On his diet. You know what? I'm so sorry. I should shut up right now. I know, I'm being really bad. But you know, like those movies where they say, tell me now before you die. And they're like, and they go one word. That's the one word he could get out. Rooster. Krause was pronounced dead at the scene. The coroner recorded the death as misadventure or an accident, describing the incident as a dreadful experience for the family. Oh, God, coroner. The newspaper reported that just before the end of the judicial procedure, Krause's daughter said there should be support for people in this type of situation when it comes to cleaning up the mess. Okay, she added that if it were a murder, there would be help to clean it up. I don't know. I call this story kind of suspicious. I don't know, Rooster. I don't know. What do you think? Chime in. Let us know in the comments below what you think. All right, Jess, what's going on in the world?
Yeah, no, like I said before, I do not trust chickens. I do not trust birds. They were they were dinosaurs back in the day, so you can't trust them.
Well, actually, that's true, actually. You know, there are roosters that go a little crazy. Like, look, I know they've said pigs can eat people. I've heard that. Did you see the alligator thing, Jess?
Oh my God! Please don't tell me it ate somebody.
Well, that's kind of the problem here. So I saw it. I saw a news report, and I was like, okay, you know, they found an alligator. That's what I saw. But this one, again, in Florida, obviously, an 85-year-old woman was killed by an alligator yesterday. Yeah, according to state wildlife officials, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission and the St. Lucie Sheriff's Office responded to a call about an alligator bite in St. Lucie County, Florida. Officials recovered the woman's body, and the alligator was captured by a nuisance alligator. I like these words that they're giving these animals. He's such a nuisance. He's so cute. Trapper. Oh, got it. Okay, but I got to read the rest. Wait till the end. Was captured by a nuisance alligator trapper. Okay, got it. Okay. So he's an alligator trapper that's a nuisance? I don't get that. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, the representative for the agency said in a statement, our thoughts and deepest sympathies are with the family and friends of the victim. According to the FWC, serious injuries that stem from alligators are rare in the state. Yeah. The St. Lucie Sheriff's Office and Florida and Wildlife Conservation Commission did not respond to the request for comment from ABC. Sunday, a 4-foot alligator was removed from, this is the one I saw, from a lake. This is in a whole different area. Okay, so there's like alligators everywhere for some reason. In Brooklyn, New York, city officials have said. You know all those stories where they say there's like, you know, alligators in the sewer? I think it's true now. I think we're going there. I don't know how and why, but there you go.
Oh yes, I remember those stories. You know what? That they made one of my favorite movies back in the days in the '80s about a giant alligator in the sewers. So much fun. Didn't end well.
Well, they never do. According to the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, the alligator was very lethargic, possibly cold, shocked, since it is native to warm tropical climates. Are people taking them from an area and then raising them and then they're like getting out? Because that happens, right? Snakes do that. In August, an 88-year-old woman was killed in a apparent alligator attack in South Carolina. Again, people, you know. When she was gardening near a pond in Sun City, Hilton Head, an adult-only community, and slipped in, according to the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office and the Department of Natural Resources. Officials said that the alligator, a 9-foot, 8-inch male, was euthanized. Oh, I see that happening. An elderly woman in Florida was killed in July. Again, doesn't happen periodically. After she fell into a pond and was attacked by 2 alligators. Oh, they teamed up. Yeah, they do that. Alligators are active during spring and summer because when temperatures rise, their metabolism increases and they look for food. Well, it's still kind of winter-ish, so I don't know about that. Anyway, long story short, Jess, you got to be careful. Now, did you hear, since we're talking about animals, I think it's appropriate. Did you hear about the bat? They're calling it the $200,000 bat. Have you seen that?
No, I have not. Like an actual like winged animal thing?
Yeah.
No. No, I'm actually really curious about this. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Okay, so there was a report, and I saw it yesterday, and I was like, okay, and it's one of those things where I'm kind of like, but here it is, okay. It's kind of what you think, but it's not what you think. And I say this, Jess, if you had to get a shot for rabies, how much do you think it would be?
Like how much it would cost, or how much? What?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Probably like a couple $100.
You know what, Jess? Thank you for saying that. Thank you. And I think honestly, people just need to go, oh, what was it before 2020? Pretty sure it was that, Jess. Pretty sure. Thank you for saying that. That's called logic. I think we lost logic after 2020. I don't know what happened. I think coronavirus got to the brain of some, and some numbers all of a sudden like multiplied a lot. This happened in Solano. It's kind of a big deal. A county couple went to the hospital for rabies shots after finding a bat in their house, and the bill. But I gotta say this. According to the report that they said, there was a bat, and I don't know how the bat got in the restroom, but there was a bat in the restroom. Okay, now some people like bats, and they're so cute. But somehow someone recommended that since they came in contact with a bat, they should get a rabies shot. So like, okay, safe than sorry. All right. That's when it went weird. They got a bill for a lot, and they said, "Are you kidding me?" And so far, they've been like getting followed up on, and honestly, the hospital's like, "What? What do you want us to do?" So they're not really cooperating. They're like, "That's the thing." In total, they charged for like more than one visit for a shot, which they really didn't need, Jess. They didn't need because the bat didn't bite them. If a bat bites you, then you need a rabies shot. Being around a bat for a little, not a big thing. And then the question is, did it even have rabies? Why is this such a big thing? Because evidently it cost $200,000. You're welcome.
Okay. That took an extremely left turn. $200,000
Do
bat.
you know how much you could do with $200,000? Why does this hospital need $200,000 for a couple shots for rabies? Jess, you know how many people get rabies shots every single year and they don't ever pay this much? What is this hospital doing? Are they dumb?
Right. I don't know. They probably got government prices, but I can't see how.
This is how we make our money back on the people of people.
I can't see how a couple shots of that would. Oh my God!
Now I will say this. I think they're taking advantage of the healthcare system. Okay, 100%. Because now thank God they had insurance. I would say negotiate your bill if you have a bill like this. Yeah. But they said they billed the insurance that much, and they had to pay out of pocket $3,800. But $200,000, I don't think they even stayed. It says tens of thousands of people each year receive a series of shots to prevent rabies after possible exposure. It normally costs, I didn't even know it was this high. I think this is too high. A couple hundred, I get. $1,200 to $6,800 for rabies. Who is the salesperson that's like making money on this? I guarantee there's someone making money on this, Jess. It's not like we have a shortage of supply of rabies shots,
Yeah. Oh my God! I thought you were joking. Nope.
No, I'm not. This is the weirdest stuff. This is real. Vacaville. And the lady there that they reached out to said North Bay Health does not engage in the practice of discussing patient billing matters. But they already got released. In some news agencies, they get called, they follow up. We don't do that. We don't have the time. But some news agencies have the time, and they do that. They're like, consumer report, dun-dun, right? And so they did this. And so they reached out for them, and they're like, no, we can't give that information. So they conveniently did that, even though they still release information about people all the time. So I don't know. I got questions on this. Anyway, there you go. That's a story. Be careful. Evidently, animals are making people have to pay a lot right now. So, including their life. Including, who knew? A rooster. Who evidently was very mad. He's like, what? So there you go. We're going to take a quick break. Careful where you go, man. This chicken's on the rise. Oh, man. We'll be right back with more right after this. Stay tuned, Jess. Stay tuned.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. hdrinfo.com.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now. New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littleNsons.com.
Jitters Coffee, a coffee shop that gives a double shot of quality. We offer top shelf coffee at a great price. Brewed hot or cold, you won't find a better cup of joe. Not a coffee connoisseur? Then try our Red Bull infusions to energize your day. We also have delicious pastries and sweets, baked in-house or flown in from the best bakeries in the country. Jitters Coffee. Come on in and enjoy your jitters.
Check out our newest location located in downtown Banning at the corner of Ramsey and San Gorgonio.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the #1 choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny and Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMT 1490 AM. Do download our app. It's free. It's on the store. Whether you go with Android and or iPhone, we're right there. Make sure to add us. Also, if you're on Oculus, let me know. A friend request me on Facebook, and let me know you're on Oculus. I'll join. I recently actually got to check in on that, and I was like, ooh. And if you have Oculus, go download Big Screen. You're going to be happy that you did. I showed it to my mom yesterday. She was like, oh, all right. So I'm like, okay, evidently, whatever. But there you go. All right. So, but, it's good for people in your life. I actually had loaned it for a while to someone who was able to be, honestly, she didn't have to be around her boyfriend. Her boyfriend had coronavirus. I'm like, please don't get coronavirus. I know you're going to want to see him. And she did. She did it outside of his house. That's, it was a while back. About a year ago, December of 2021, I think it was. But honestly, she was able to have fun and play with him, and it's like being in the same room with someone. It's like being on the phone, but being able to participate together, doing anything and everything. So pretty cool. They need to do some stuff with it that I think will make it next level. Otherwise, it's kind of like, okay, that's it. But it has potential, and I think I think some people, I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't really agree with it. I think it's kind of like, why would you do that now? I saw a report. I don't know if they're going to do what Twitter did, which Twitter kind of released what's called Twitter Blue, but Facebook's doing something through, I think, Instagram and themselves, and then they're saying that they're going to charge like so much. And I'm like, I don't know that that's the right move. I think just keep doing what you're doing to create good stuff. Don't charge a lot, and then people will just do it, But anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. VR is still the future. So I think if you get like an Oculus even 2 for you and or a friend, you're still going to be happy along the way. Just download Big Screen. You get to watch movies together. All right, Jess, what's going on?
Yes, I feel incredibly bad. I just recently read that Turkey and Syria got hit by another big earthquake.
Yeah, they did. I know. I'm like, what's going on? So, and we talked about it last time. I said, look, where they're at, it's a very like, it's more than a fall. I think right now, I've yet to talk to someone very smart, but I think it may be near and or around a tectonic plate. So they're probably going to see that because these earthquakes are like super big, right? This was a 6.4. Now I know in areas like here, if you remember Whittier earthquake and or Northridge earthquake. It was around that, but these buildings are toppling left, right, and center. So I don't, So anyway, what'd you find, Jess?
Hold on. I was just looking at something else as the way. But yeah, so yeah, they had another 6.3 hit the southern Turkey, Syria border. Yeah, those buildings just crumbled. They probably would have been stronger if they would have made with Legos. Um
Yeah, right.
but yeah, no, I was just watching like the build it like they were literally just like like disappeared like they were snapped away from like Thanos or something. It was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for saying that. And recently, I think they said that they're starting to smell what they say death because now the bodies are smelling that are still like in buried rubble because they're focusing on survivors, obviously. But when you see this, it looks like a bomb hit the area. It's that bad, And you see the little machine at the bottom, right? That helps kind of like get stuff, out from under to get to the people that are under. But those buildings completely gone, and that's an earthquake. That's after I think the first earthquake, to be honest. But each earthquake makes it worse and worse and worse and worse. And in the background of that picture that we're showing on our feed, if you're listening on the radio, just find us on Facebook and or Twitter and or LinkedIn. Just find KMT 1490 AM and or myself, Aaron M. Sanchez, or Jess at I am Jess Sanchez. But yeah, you see the background, like those homes are still around, but these buildings that are tall are really just getting pummeled. And in some pictures they show all in a row, and I'm like, that's not normal, and it happens after the earthquake already happened. So I see, like, thank God for people having their phones and having video everywhere. We get to see what happens during and or around, but this is the situation in the area of Syria and Turkey, and it's actually reaching very far. A lot of people are no longer with the house. They have nowhere to go, and they're basically like in camps where they're trying to be all right. So I say this: if you have someone there, or if you know someone, just say, "Hey, come over here if you can." I don't know what the legal requirements are to be able to put someone up like that. I don't know, but you got to open your home. So there's a lot of people. I know we have people there that we know through other people. And so I'm waiting to hear reports on that. I know there are people that are like acting to be able to help each other out. But it's bad. The 6.3 magnitude earthquake rattled Turkey last night, which actually for us was more like day because they're ahead of us, right? According to the U.S. Geological Survey, as they are cleaning up one of the worst disasters in their history. The quake was centered near the southern city of Samandag, located in Hatay province, which suffered catastrophic damage in the quake that struck originally. The original, I can't believe it's that, feels like yesterday, February 6th. The latest earthquake came as officials from Turkey and Syria said the death toll, and it's been increasing, by the way. We're now at a total, at least what they can say, 46,957. I still think we're gonna go into the 100,000s, probably in about a week. We'll see. It's bad, and then you got like repercussions of people that are hurting, are like maybe sick and are getting others sick because of course virus is still around, and then you got that. It says search and rescue crews are surveying the latest damage from the new tremor. That's the latest one. At least 3 people are dead. 213 people have been injured in Turkey from the quake that just happened, according to the Turkish government. The mayor of Hatay said people are trapped under rubble from newly collapsed buildings from the latest earthquake. See, so there's more just coming down. 130 people were injured in northwest Syria as the latest quake struck. The White Helmets, Syria's civil defense unit, went ahead and tweeted, because evidently they got Twitter. Thank God for Twitter. Several balconies and walls collapsed from the tremors, the White Helmets tweeted. The organization tweeted several civilians injured from falling building debris, stampedes, and jumping from high areas. I didn't even know stampedes were a thing. Additionally, in certain parts of the area, 2 uninhabited buildings and the part of a mosque collapsed. There were no immediate reports of death in Syria. That's according to the latest report. But, we got days for this. It says a Turkish camp for 700 people who are now homeless from the earthquake. Buildings shook for about 15 seconds around 8 p.m. And lights went off in the distance, so some of the electrical went out. So it's very cold there. They have a lot of problems there. It's bad, Jess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can just go on YouTube or TikTok and just view all the videos. Some people were streaming from under the rubble, and it was very sad. He was able to get out, but some people did not. So it's just like I can't even imagine just everything coming down on you. I'd be sleeping outside under a tent or something.
Well, and that's what. Thank you for saying that. That's actually what they're doing. It's bad for families everywhere, and all you could do is kind of be together. And I know a lot of people that are survivors are probably one of like a whole bunch of people that no longer are around. So there's a lot to be like, okay, we really gotta, I mean, if that were to happen here, we would be like up in arms right now. I'd be like, can anyone help us? And I always say, get out of the area. Go somewhere else as much as possible. Get out of the area. I think they need to honestly get people out of the area. I know they want to rebuild, but with that devastation, like it's gonna be a while because Turkey's already had a problem financially, and what I mean by that is the cost of living there has been so high. It's like one of those things where you almost say, this is probably a sign for us to get out of here. Like it's not a thing to be there anymore. Like let Turkey do what Turkey does, and let's just go wherever we gotta go. I would say go west or east. With Ukraine, I don't know if Russia's gonna take advantage of the situation at some point and be like, haha, he's been taking advantage of a lot of things. I know Biden recently just went to Ukraine. I don't know what's gonna come out of that. I hope something good's gonna come out of that. But yeah, there's a lot of questions on this particular thing because it's just one thing after another. And that area, like I say, is a pretty big area. If you look at the area, they say a fault line. But again, I would say look at possibility of, seismic shift when it comes to like, how the continents kind of come together. I think it's a plate that's being affected. And that's why we're going to have more really big, what they call aftershocks. But these are individual earthquakes, really, is what they should call them. But, there you go. All right. Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to find some more. And there is some interesting news. We'll talk about that next here on The Morning Show. Stay tuned.
KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Tired of waiting in line for overpriced coffees and packaged rolls? Make a change and stop for coffee or espresso and a fresh homemade apple fritter or ham and cheese croissant at Donut Delight on Highland Springs Road in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway. Donut Delight is a family-owned business with a friendly staff who has served the past area for 22 years. Donut Delight on the corner of Highland Springs Road and Ramsey Street, just off the I-10 freeway. Donut Delight opens daily at 4:30 a.m.
Here's to your health with Joshua Lane. Ideas you can use to be healthy and stay healthy. The current thinking about beauty, fitness, and longevity. Every Tuesday and Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Wellness talk you can use. Here's to your health with Joshua Lane on KMET, naturally.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Got lots of things going on. I will say this. This is good news for people who kind of have that thing where they're like, what do I do now? Right? Or what do I do next? And it's this, according to this report. And just, I don't know if you know anyone with HIV. Usually it's one of those things where people kind of, they're kind of quiet about it. But if you're with someone and they have HIV, you kind of need to know about it because it could be a real big problem, right? But there is hope for those that have it. This is the evidently fifth one where they're like, okay, this is good because so far we have like more info and we may even like release more of it. It says researchers are announcing that a 53-year-old man in Germany has been cured of HIV. Referred to as the Dusseldorf patient to protect his privacy, researchers said he is the fifth confirmed case of an HIV cure. I told you, they still tell things about people. They just like rename it. It's like, okay. It says, although the details of the successful treatment were first announced at a conference in 2019, researchers could not confirm he had been officially cured at the time. Interesting. So they've been holding on to this. Interesting. It says researchers today announced that Dusseldorf patient still has no detectable virus in his body even after stopping his HIV medication 4 years ago. According to Dr. Jorn Erik Old Jensen, who presented the details of the case in a new publication in Nature Medicine, says it's really, he said, we don't use the word, do we? I'm going to quote him, okay? Quote, Dr. Jorn Erik Old Jensen said, quote, it's really cure and not just, long-term remission. That's what he said. End quote. Actually said more. Quote, this obviously positive symbol makes hope, but there's a lot of work to do. End quote. Okay, he said that, not me. When you use the C word, you got to be really careful, Jess, just so you know, because you can be sued for that. It says most people, HIV is a lifelong infection, and the virus is never fully eradicated. True. Thanks to modern medication, people with HIV can live long and healthy lives. I think that's kind of the positive thing here, because you don't have to die of HIV. And there's a lot of stuff coming out. And just like I said, about other like things like cancer and other things that kill people, there are a lot more. Let's put it this way. Whenever they have like, what do they say? Like awareness for this, that, and the other. And I always go, where's the research going? Well, now it's coming out. So thank God. So that's kind of the thing. Because, they have those like drives like donate, and this and that. It's kind of for that. But people kind of forgot HIV. They forgot what AIDS does to people. And it's bad. So if you ever known someone that's died of it, but you knew just from knowing, like from hearing of it, until you actually see what it does on people's bodies, and it creates big problems on the body, and then they lose a lot of weight. Those are extreme cases, but they happen. And so sometimes they don't let people know, but I say this again, it can be transmitted sexually. It's an STD, obviously. So you got to be careful with that. It could also be transmitted with blood. So you got to be careful with that. It's still a thing, and you got to be careful of it. I remember talking to someone, and he said, coronavirus and AIDS when combined can create a problem for people. And I said, what? And we haven't had them on the show. Maybe we should have them on the show. I don't know. But they said, yeah, people need to be aware of this. We're trying to do a push on it. I'm like, well, I don't think the push is really a thing. Because I talked to someone. I said, do you remember HIV? They go, yeah, it's a thing, whatever. And I'm like, do you know you can give it to a partner if and or they cheated on you? Or, you know, you know what I mean to say. Like, you know, if someone cheated on you, would you know that they have HIV? Because I think a lot of people are getting HIV and they don't know, Jess, because I don't think they test for it. What do you think?
Oh God, I hope a bunch of people don't start getting HIV.
Well, that's the thing. Like, syphilis is on the rise, and other things are on the rise. All they need to do is like, oh, look at that. You know, it just takes one person to infect, honestly, several people if that person is with more than one person. But if you have a loving mate or someone who's kind of like maybe stepped out, maybe went to Vegas or something, how do you know they don't have it? You know what I mean? So you got to get treated for it. And I say this. Don't throw it all in and say, oh, I'm now a dead person, because it does cause a lot of death. But say, oh, there are treatments for it now. So that's kind of good. You know what I mean, Jess?
Yes, I do. Oh my God. I remember the last time I remember hearing about HIV was from a South Park episode. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, it's still a thing. So be careful and get tested. So there you go. All right. I know there's other things going on, Jess. What's going on in the world, Jess?
So, obviously, it hasn't been a great week for balloons, you know, with the U.S. government shooting them out of the sky and stuff.
Of course.
Another balloon was destroyed a few days ago.
Another? I can't keep track, man. Like, how many balloons are they, and how many missiles are they throwing in? How much is the missiles that they're throwing at these things? Like, can they at least figure out a way to like get a net and then bring it down safely, so that, wouldn't it be more like, am I wrong on this? It's not like they fly fast, do they, Jess? What's going on?
I don't know, but you jumped the gun. It's not the balloon that you're thinking. This happened at a contemporary art fair.
Yeah.
An artist by the name of Jeff Koons, made a balloon dog sculpture. And this thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, a balloon dog. You know how they blow up balloons and yeah. So it's a $42,000 sculpture, and yeah, someone knocked it over and it shattered, and I could not stop laughing. I felt bad, but I would, like, if I were to have knocked it over, you would only see my back. I would be running so fast.
Okay, you got me. So the government didn't blow this one up. This is a whole other balloon situation when it comes just to balloon, Jess, is what you're saying. So wait, I guess I missed it there, because I was thinking in the air, because we've been seeing about a bunch of balloons. But I can see that happening. What is that balloon? I don't know. Is it investigating us? But was it an accident?
Yes, it was an accident. Whoever set up this art fair, they obviously did not do a good job, because if you're gonna have something set up, at least put like some plexiglass around it or something so that it's stable. It was just put on like a pedestal. Someone knocked it over on accident. It happens, and that thing just shattered into a bunch of pieces. But like I said, it was not a good day for balloons or balloon art.
Okay, can I have a question though, Jess, since we're talking about balloons. It's not the balloon I was thinking, but you're right, whatever.
No, see, there's a bunch of crazy stories that have been coming out about those balloons, actually.
Yeah, we're talking about the whole China thing. Everybody knows that. You threw me for a loop, but I will say this. I'm looking at the story here, and I don't know which picture to show first. I'll show this one. What he's talking about, so that you could picture it. Evidently, this is called art. Okay, so here's a picture of one. This isn't the one in question, obviously. There it is. Okay, and that is a balloon-like, dog-like sculpture. Now, the question I have is, when it broke, Jess, how much was it worth? And is it like something that she's going to have to pay out of pocket? Because I'm just saying, people are kind of like, you know what I mean? I can't believe it's that, like, I'm seeing the amount. How much do you think that's worth, Jess, originally?
Honestly, I thought a couple $100. I really did not guesstimate that the initial price. I was blown for a loop. All I have to say is insurance.
Yeah, man, $42,000, man. Shattered the porcelain Jeff Koons balloon dog sculpture. Didn't know it was a thing. Valued at $42,000 at Arts Festival in Miami Thursday. Cedric Boero said, I was shocked, obviously, and a bit sad about it, but the lady was obviously very ashamed and she didn't know how to apologize. The shattered sculpture was on display at the booth of Bel Air Fine Art, where Boero is a district manager at an exclusive preview event for Art Winwood, a contemporary art fair. It's one of several balloon dog sculptures by Kuhn. It doesn't look, it's not really a balloon. It's more like a ceramic thing, which, I mean, when you look at it on the floor, you're kind of like, that's it? Big deal. I really don't get it, Jess. I don't get it. Help me out.
All I have to say is art is subjective, and I don't know.
Well, he made a killing off it, literally. It says 4 years ago, he set a record for the most expensive work sold at an auction by a living artist, a rabbit sculpture sold for $91 billion. Dude, I'm in art, man. I want to sell art. In 2013, another dog sculpture, which looked balloon-like, of Kuhn, sold for $58.4 million. Well, I'm glad they didn't crack that. The shattered sculpture, according to Barrow, was valued at $24,000 a year ago. Its price went up as other iterations of the balloon dog sculpture sold out. That makes sense. That's the way it is, man. Barrow said the art collector accidentally knocked the sculpture over, which fell to the floor. The sound of the shattered sculpture stopped all conversation in the space as everyone turned to look. What's wrong with you? An artist who attended the event said it shattered into 1,000 pieces. One of the most crazy things I've ever seen. Oh, come on, I've seen worse. In his post, Gamson said he unsuccessfully tried to purchase what remained of the sculpture. He later told the Miami Herald that the story added value to the shattered sculpture. That makes sense. Now everybody knows about it. The price of the sculpture is covered by insurance. Thank God. Burroughs said it's broken, so we're not happy about that. But then we are a famous group of 35 galleries worldwide, so we have an insurance policy. We'll be covered by that. We're famous? What's that? Oh, anyway. Be careful around very, expensive things. Don't, look where you're going. Watch where you go and just be careful. Was it a bag that, when she turned, it, whoop, boop, bah, you know what I mean? Because that happens.
It says that she accidentally kicked the pedestal, but you know what?
She kicked the pedestal. How do you accidentally kick a pedestal, Jess?
I don't know. I'm not going to question anybody because, this is one of my worst fears is going to one of these museums, accidentally slipping, falling. And
I get that, man.
Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, I'll have to work this off for the next 20,000 years. But
yeah, more like 50,000 years. All right, Jess, we got to take a break, man. I got to regroup after that. We got roosters killing people. We got alligators chomping on people. We got bats that are creating a huge problem for people financially because it's a huge bill because humans are dumb. And then we got people knocking over stuff that, honestly, I say, so what? Just move on, whatever. Anyway, we'll be right back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your number one source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit. Get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000 and stay warm today.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnish wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately. But you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I'm just getting this information, and it's not good. Evidently, this happened over the weekend, and it's making news. Tom Sizemore is in critical condition after suffering a brain aneurysm. That's according to a representative for him. Tom Sizemore, as you remember, has been in a lot of things that I know, Jess, you're probably a fan of, right?
Oh yeah. He's been in dozens of things that I've watched over the decades.
Yeah, so that's a thing, and that's not good. It says he suffered the aneurysm on 2 a.m. Saturday at his home in L.A. He was hospitalized in intensive care, according to his manager. They described it as a wait-and-see situation. He now is 61. He's acted in films, of course, like Saving Private Ryan, Heat, Black Hawk Down. Had a history of, things that can go on with, stuff, usually in the news, but not usually for this. He was convicted of certain things during certain times, so I think everyone's going to be like, let's take a back seat to that, because at the time right now, when you have an aneurysm like that, it's, anything can happen. So that's the situation. That's the article. I'm just reading it now, according to the Associated Press. It says Tom Sizemore in critical condition after brain aneurysm. I really wish he would stay away from the stuff that he did or stuff that, you know what I mean? Because let's just say this, we get it. He's suffering right now. He has a brain aneurysm. Let's just focus on that. Let's not focus on the whole what happened, when happened. You know what I mean? Like, we have time for that, but we don't need to do that because a lot of stuff, like, he's had a hard time. Okay? Robert Downey Jr. had a hard time. They get each other. Robert Downey Jr., he rebounded. I don't know if Tom can rebound from this. An aneurysm is really bad, especially if it's being reported this way. So I would say watch that. Now, I will say this, and I don't want to say this, man. Someone who, A, is young, and B, I don't know the situation. I just saw it yesterday, and I said, you're kidding me. I thought they were promoting the film. That's all I thought it was. Okay. I don't even know how to say this, but Jansen, a good guy, Jansen Panettiere. He's the brother of, if you remember Heroes, Hayden Panettiere. He was on the show back in, I want to say around 2015, 2016, or 2017. I can't remember. This one was with another station. And he came in all the way to San Bernardino, him and a couple others, to promote the film that he was in. He was in a martial arts film, okay? Since then, I've seen him like one other time. This just came in, and I was like, are you kidding me? And it's one thing when you meet someone, and I always say this, people don't understand. After, like, we're on air and then we're off air, right? We did this a live interview with him about his role in the film. And I don't know how to say this except that, A, he's young. B, he's full of life. And I remember a moment, and I remember him being like stressed out. And I thought, okay, and that happens to actors. People don't understand that. That happens to actors. They get a little stressed out. Okay, it's just a thing. It happens. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how this is just gonna take it. I don't see it being good. Um, I don't. I don't know the situation 100%. I did see it, and I said, okay, what? But again, I thought they were promoting because a lot of people I know they know the film he's been in, the people that he's been acting with. So I was like, okay, and there he is, young guy. He was on the show. It was the one that I had called Live with Aaron and Kelly. We did a lot of entertainment stuff and everything. But I remember, like him getting a little like anxious, I'll say. And people get that way. They're not in front of a camera, but they're talking about themselves. And he was one of those guys that like he didn't want to talk about himself. You know what I mean? He was just that guy. So you kind of, and I feel that sometimes with certain people, I try to like open them up. And I remember us connecting in a way. And I remember thinking, you know what, this guy, I don't know what he has, but I knew he had a future, if that makes any sense. No, now he doesn't. He died at the age, and he looks very young, by the way. Young age in his 20s. According to this, and I don't know how much is true. They're still getting information out. He died in New York City over the weekend. I didn't even know he was in New York. I know he, usually stays over here in L.A. They did the movie that I'm talking about in Florida. His cause of death is not immediately known. They're investigating it. He's 5 years younger than his sister and followed in her footsteps. His roles are a bunch, including things I've never seen. It says here, Even Stevens, The X's, Tiger Cruise, Racing Stripes, The Martial Arts Kid. That's the one I'm talking about that we were promoting. The Walking Dead, he's been in that. Perfect Game, and How High 2. In 2022, he appeared in a film called Love and Love Not. It says he was passionate about art. He has an Instagram, J.R. Penetier. His Instagram is full of portraits and abstract pieces, including him and his sister. I'm not going to lie, him and his sister look nothing alike. Okay, so when and I'm a huge fan of her, okay? I'm a huge fan of her. And in the interview, I was like, huh? Sometimes you're like waiting for the next question in your head to like, and he said something. And I'm like, what's he talking about? And then like we went to break and I'm like, huh? And then the moment I figured out his sister is the hero girl, the unbreakable girl, I was like, are you kidding me? Because he looks nothing like her. Like they don't look alike, but they're brother and sister. And I'm like, why does that name sound familiar? So, but that's them, I don't want to get teary-eyed on this. I know we're out of time. But anyway, that's the situation. My heart goes out to him and his sister 100%. And for the family who are involved because he's too young to be taken. So, great guy, great man, and great just overall human being. Huge heart. Strength of spirit, I would say. All right, we're out of time. You get a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is for living. Live it well. All right, I do have to say this because I feel like I was kind of rushed on that, and I hate being rushed on stuff like that. This came in very quick and fast, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a little teared up yesterday when I saw it. I said, "Wait, what?" Because a very good friend posted something like "Rest in peace." I'm like, "What? No, it's And then I was like, "Okay," but how do I say this? I think it's gonna come in information that I feel, and I could be wrong, that may be like, but people should not judge. Let me put it this way. There was a moment, I'm not going to say everything, but I will say this. I remember there was a moment, and I thought, okay, something in that family, I don't know what it is. I think he's having a hard time. I think him and his sister keep each other sane. They keep each other positive. They keep each other like that way. Okay, that's what I think. But yeah, I just don't get it. It says he shared a photo of himself because people try to make sense of this. Those that know him know he's a good guy, 100%. of him and his sister cutting his hair in mid-January with the caption, "Not the first haircut she's tried to give me." All right, survived by his and Hayden's parents, Leslie Vogel and Skip Penetier. So, yeah, I don't even know what to say about this. All I know is he and his sister, I know there's a huge hole in her heart, so I don't know what to say about that. I just know in the time that I met him, great guy. All right. I know the movie, didn't do much when it came to like national. I wanted it to. It didn't. I think if anything, I wanted him to go real big. I'm glad he was in Walking Dead and other things, but he had such a career ahead of him. Great guy, and I think the only thing that plagues me, if I remember correctly, was his anxiety. He had anxiety, you know what I mean? But him and his sister, just great, and all I could say is, don't give up, okay? When you have a brother that is your everything, I don't even know how to say it. When they're your everything, you just don't know. You just don't know, I'm looking at his Instagram, and I'm like, okay, him and her, just really good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, I don't know how to bring it up without like causing a problem here on the stream. But all I can say is I hope, she in a way goes through this and can move in a way. I don't know. I guess I say this to anyone who is a friend of her, please reach out. That's what I'll say, because I don't think it's going to be a very easy time with them too. So I'm looking at them when they were younger, and this is really the two's relationship. Again, I didn't know. I never really met her in person, but when I was like, again, in the interview, I sometimes I feel like I should have done some more research. But I learned during the interview. I'm like, oh my God, that's her, that's her. But I didn't make it a big deal because I'm like, it's about you, not about her, But this is them when he's younger, and that's her as older sister. That's hard. That's hard. So all I can say is please be there for her, because I think in a way she raised him, and in a way she's always going to be, that's a huge hole. Huge hole. So make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye.